You obviously share his passion for Sangiovese.
Yeah.
What is it actually that attracts you so much to that grape variety?
Because it's a beautiful grapes, because it represent Tuscany. You think Tuscany, you feel Sangiovese, but it can be also a challenge because you have to manage the Sangiovese grapes, and also it's very interesting because change by terroir from a terroir to another. For example, it's very different from Chianti Classico to Montalcino or to the coast or other type of soil. So it's beautiful, but it's a very different example. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Who wants to be the next Italian wine ambassador? Join an exclusive network of 400 Italian wine ambassadors across 48 countries. Vinitaly International Academy is coming to Chicago on October 19th to 21st, and to Almaty, Kazakhstan from November 16th to 18th. Don't miss out. Register now at vinitaly.com.
Welcome to this special Italian wine podcast broadcast. This episode is a recording off Clubhouse, the popular drop-in audio chat. This Clubhouse session was taken from the Wine Business Club and Italian Wine Club. Listen in as wine lovers and experts alike engage in some great conversation on a range of topics in wine. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. And remember to subscribe and rate our show wherever you tune in.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of Clubhouse Ambassadors Corner. Today we will have Markus all the way from Australia interviewing Bianca from, I guess you're in US right now, Bianca, right?
Tuscany, Montalcino.
You're in Montalcino.
Yeah.
Okay, we're around the world, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fun. So my name is Laika Caparas and I am the producer of Italian Wine Podcast, and I am so happy and honored to be part of this conversation together with Markus and Bianca. Markus, it's an honor to introduce you. And I have had a chance to meet Markus before in the Gita Scholastica back in Taormina. And
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. And we had a great time.
It was very fun. I had the opportunity to get to know you as well. And now I'm reading your bio and I see, okay, I'll just go ahead and read your bio. I might miss out on something. So meet Markus. He's a mechanical engineer turned wine professional who 20 years ago, driven by his deep love for wine and adventure, made the bold decision to relocate to Australia. Originally from Germany, Markus proudly embraces his multicultural heritage and calls Australia home. And Markus is an international wine merchant and international wine ambassador, of course, a certified WSET educator, certified sommelier, Italian and French wine scholar, wine judge, panelist, writer, speakers. Wow, there's a lot of thing under your belt. That's amazing, Markus. And then even an event host. That's pretty interesting. So what events do you host aside from, I guess, wine tasting, supposedly?
I'm running virtually weekly wine events. I call them edutainment. So it's So these are 1 or 2 hour wine classes about different subjects, different wine regions, different wine styles, designed for wine lovers, for consumers that really want to learn more about wine. But the way I'm doing it is engaging, making it fun. So it's the perfect combination of education and entertainment.
Yes, and that's actually where you got your credit from, the nickname of Mr. Showman.
Exactly.
In fact, I suppose you are. I agree with this. Then Markus' dedication to the wine industry extends beyond his professional achievements. He volunteers as mentor for the Australian Wine Industry Program, where he inspires and supports the next generation of wine professionals with his infectious enthusiasm, charm, I would say, and unwavering commitment. Markus Patz is a true ambassador of the world of wine. Okay, so For today, actually, I guess this is your first Clubhouse, Marcus, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And
Okay.
what a fabulous one to have Bianca on the show.
Yeah, hey, let me just have a
Hey.
special effects here.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry about
premiere.
that. Why did you select Bianca Ferrini as your favorite producer?
Bianca left a huge impression on me when Bianca came for. I don't know whether it was actually your first time visiting Australia, Bianca, but
Yes.
yeah. So you came to Sydney to Australia in September last year, and this was for me the first time to actually learn very much about your portfolio at Giotto. And I could really see that passion in you for the winery and also the passion you virtually inherited from your father. And that was to me where there is a passion, there are all the secrets, the expertise, a mission, a challenge. There is so much actually to learn from the winery, from your dad, and especially from you, that I said my first choice, Bianca Ferrini.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
How did you discover the wines of Giotto Winery?
I don't know whether you ever heard of Viniceli, but it
I
was
suppose I
actually,
did.
yeah, it was during Viniceli and also through a tasting at the International Wine Academy, and also including that trip to Mount Etna and to Sicily last year. But then, especially, and that's with more depth to it, when Bianca came for her visit to introduce to us to Giotto wines here in Sydney in Australia last year.
So I'm just actually also curious, when was the first time you tried the wines of Bianca? Was it also during the Vinitaly event, or?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. We obviously get to it. And I have to admit, I opened a bottle of Giotto La Quinta tonight. So that's standing here on my desk right next to me. And please correct me, Bianca, but I think you produce maybe only 16,000 bottles of that wine.
Yes,
And
it's like 13,000 of La
no, no.
Quinta, yeah.
Well, and one bottle is currently standing next to me. That's the vintage 2020. And,
Beautiful vintage.
exactly. So, and that's to me the thing. I mean, we're here in Australia. We're 18,000 kilometers away from Italy, and Giotto wines haven't been introduced to Australia not that long ago. You were mostly focused, obviously, on America, Sweden, on other markets, but now you're here, and we are loving it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very nice opportunity as well to have this clubhouse. Also coming from you, Marcus, that you could actually introduce to more audience, especially from Australia, about the wines of Giotto Winery. So
Yeah,
our
absolutely.
our last question is: what are the learning objectives that we should be expecting from this interview?
After all, I think it's just to learn how to love and appreciate Italian wines and the whole history behind it. And it's in that case when Bianca and I talking through Giotto wines, I think it's the whole story of the Ferrini family, from the inspiration over their achievements to their aspirations, whatever is coming ahead.
That's incredible. I really look forward to your interview. So for now, I'm going to mute myself and turn over the floor to you, Marcus.
Well, thank you very much for giving me the word, and thank you very much for having me on this podcast, and thank you very much, Bianca, for taking your
Thank
time
you.
and being here. Now, I could read a biography of you, but I think, Bianca, if you don't mind, if you could just tell us a bit more about yourself, like where you're born. Are you a true Tuscan? Where you have lived? I know that you lived for a while in the States, in the US. And then interestingly to me, for someone who's so connected to the land, you were a professional water polo player.
Yeah. Yes, I'm from Florence. I'm a truly Tuscan girl, and I live in the city, but also I travel a lot around the countryside in Tuscany. We are
Yeah.
full of hill and beautiful nature. And yes, I played water polo for 20 years almost in the major series. So I travel a lot.
Okay.
And also this helped me to build the team also now that I'm working Jodo. So you are with other girl mates. So it's so important for me to work in a team.
Yeah, so I mean, if I go a little bit back, I mean, your father is, there is no deny, he is one of the most famous and possibly one of the Italian legends in winemaking. And so he was a big winemaking consultant in the 1980s and 1990s and fulfilled his dream of making own wines and buying his own vineyards around 2002. And that's now in Montalcino. And I can't even say you're following your dad in his footsteps. That would be totally wrong because your dad and you're actually walking alongside each other. You're working together. What was your first, or what's your first memory of working with your dad? When did it start and how did it evolve?
From the beginning, for me, it's an inspiration to understand him and stay with him. So from the beginning of my life, I live in Florence, but also I'm going in the countryside. I'm going in the vineyard and see what he did. He also is doing now because he worked for many important wineries in Italy from the north to the south. And but his first love was Sangiovese. So when he found this place in Montalcino, he fell in love and decided to start his home project. After many years working for others, very important owners, finally he realized his dream to start his project and makes his wine. So here we are. He found this place in 2000,
Yes.
and he planted his clone of Sangiovese. So it's a very long project because he started in 90s and found these clones, and he keep for himself. And in 2000, he planted in this 3 hectare in Montalcino. Now we reach 7 hectares. Yes, the maximum production.
You obviously share his passion for Sangiovese.
Yeah.
What is it actually that attracts you so much to that grape variety?
Because it's beautiful grapes because they represent Tuscany. You think Tuscany, you feel Sangiovese, but it can be also a challenge because has you have to manage the Sangiovese grapes, and also it's very interesting because change by terroir from a terroir to another. For example, it's very different from Chianti Classico to Montalcino or to the coast or in the other type of soil.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. Everybody are beautiful, but it's a very different example. So it's interesting.
Yeah. So, but you chose virtually the low vigor
Yeah.
biotypes of Sangiovese. Yeah. Okay, so you're really focusing on the tiny berries of those
Yes.
grapes that really bring out the aromas and the flavors and the concentration of the wine.
Yes, we are focusing on that, and to reach that yes, you have to work a lot in the vineyard. For us, is the main point is the vineyard from the beginning. So we built the cellar only in 2020. At the beginning, we are focused only on the vineyard, and we are hosted by other cellar in the area.
The vineyard is located in the southern part, or possibly southwestern part of Montalcino. Is that right? But somewhere between, close to Sant'Angelo in Colle?
Yes, it's right. The southeast side is a very good area. Is the street between Sant'Angelo, the white street between Sant'Angelo and Colle and Castelnuovo dell'Abate, where there is the abbazia, the church, and is between 300 and 400 meters. And this side is very good because take the sun of the morning and not the sun of the afternoon that is dangerous. And also in the first part of the street, we have all around the forest. So it's very important for us, the forest, for the biodiversity, keep us a good humidity and protect us from the frost. And there is this change of aroma with the terroir that are very interesting.
You got how many different clones do you have?
8.
It's quite 8. Yeah, that's quite a good range. But the vineyard itself is relatively small for a winery.
Yes,
How big is it?
now we reach the maximum. We arrive at 7 hectares, only Sangiovese grapes, and we start from 3 hectares where we have our Brunello plots. We have 4 plots in the historical part that now have 20 years.
Yep.
And then we produce another wine that is called La Quinta, that is the one that you heard me.
Yes.
And it's also a Sangiovese 100%. It's going out after 2 years, so it's a younger version of our Brunello.
Yeah. I mean, I got a few bottles of your Brunello here as well, but it's too early to open that and to really appreciate the quality of the wine.
Yeah, our goal is the elegance for all our wines, and so to reach that point, you have to start from the vineyard. So the elegance is also in the environment, but also we want to work in a clean cellar. It's important to reach a balance between the acidity, the structure, and long finish. So we have to be clean with the great balance.
Yes.
Because the wine has to be drinking. So if you put it on the table with your friend, you have to finish the bottle because you like it and it's very drinkable for us. It's important. This.
Yeah. I mean, I can only encourage to all listeners that following us here to also have a look on your website. So that's poderegiodo.it. There is a beautiful, I think it's only 2 or 4 minutes, a short video, but it just shows the beauty of where your vineyard is located and what you're doing. So I can just suggest to everyone, go on the website, have a look for the beautiful video. Before I want to go more into the wines, what does Giodo actually stands for? I mean, I don't find a B of Bianca, I don't find an F for Ferrini, not even the C of your father Carlo. So what does Giodo mean?
Yes, my father preferred to stay in a corner. He don't want to appear so much. So the name Giodo are the initial of my grandparents, the parents of my father. So GIO is the mix of the initial. GIO stands for Giovanna, my grandma, and DO for Donatello, my grandfather. My father came from a poor family, so they did a lot of sacrifice for the studies for the university of my father, so he want to put this name, the honor.
I mean, that's a really wonderful, touching tribute to your grandparents. Yeah, that's good. Where are your grandparents actually from?
My grandma, she was from the North Italy, And
Okay.
my grandfather is from Tuscany. Yes.
So there's home to you. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. The philosophy of your house. I mean, when I got coming back to your website, there is the one slogan that writes over there that says, "At the heart of everything is the search for elegance."
Yes.
What does that mean?
Yes, for us, my father every day say to me, we have three goals: elegance, elegance, elegance. So yes, we start from the vineyard, and we follow this also in the cellar. The first phase we have to be clean. We are organic, so for us it's the first point to be organic and sustainable. And then we have to be very simple. We do simple things. We work very well in the vineyard, and in the cellar we work very simple because you can only damage what you did in the vineyard. So when arrive the grape, you have to keep them and very simple way arrive to reach the best quality.
Yeah, I think from what I remember, especially during your presentation last year here in Sydney, your quality is absolutely uncompromising. So you just search for the best way, virtually tending to the grapes and then making it into perfect wines.
Yeah, we are not the most perfect wines, but we search every year to reach the quality. Starting from the vineyard, we organic from the beginning in the vineyard, and when we built the cellar, now we reach also the organic also in the cellar,
Yeah.
and we don't want to use a lot of machine in the first phase when arrive the grape in the cellar, and we work by gravity. We only used to do some delestage, and then we work with the temperature and indigenous yeast. Then we put in the oak for Brunello, and while for La Quinta we work also with the amphora, so we use different type of materials and also concrete. For the before bottling, it's very important to balance the wine before putting in the bottle, and it's also very important the evolution in the bottle. We keep the wine 1 year in the bottle before going on the market.
Okay. And how long do you mature the Brunello? Is that 2.5 years in oak?
Yeah, in oak, we use principally French oak, but also
Okay.
we work with Stockinger from Austria. And yes, we keep separate each plot, the four plots that we have, and we do a little blend year after year, and we do the final blend in the concrete before bottling. Yes, stay 9 months in concrete and then 1 year in the bottle. So yes, it's a long way to to reach
Yeah.
the final
Yeah. I
bottle.
mean,
Yes.
it's some of the longest aging times anyway. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and as the little Brunello, you got La Quinta,
Yeah.
which interestingly to me, you don't use the appellation of Rosso di Montalcino, but
Yes.
you also don't use Sant'Antimo DOC. You
Yes.
really integrate in Toscana IGT. Why is that?
Because for us, Toscana GT is important, and you can taste it with a lot of different grape varieties, but also important wine like Super Tuscan wine. So it's also a way to understand better maybe the quality of this wine.
Yeah.
For us, Rosso di Montalcino is important appellation, but at the beginning he can't be also Rosso di Montalcino. Now we can put on Rosso di Montalcino, but now it's known a little bit, La Quinta, so we prefer to continue like this. We write only Sangiovese on the label, so it's 100% Sangiovese,
Yeah, yeah.
and we like to be an IGT.
Okay, okay. What does La Quinta stand for? I mean,
La
obviously,
Quinta.
something fifth, yeah.
Yeah, it's an Italian, the fifth, the translation. And
Yeah.
it's very simple because we are very simple. So we have four plots in the historical part for Brunello that we call 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the younger part, we have these other plots, so we call 5. So the grape come from this plot, and we call the fifth for in the minis that come from that plot. That is the number 5.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, and now that I have the obviously the wine just right next to me, one thing that impressed me last year already, and looking at it now, is the color of the wine. I mean, all we know that Sangiovese is a bit moody when it comes to the color regimen. How do you work the color with this Sangiovese?
It's important to work. We are between the first that harvest in Montalcino, because we prefer to keep a good acidity. Also, we work with the fermentation with the temperature, so it's important. This control of temperature is also very important for the color, and we stay 20 days, and then we go out from the tank. So it's the good days for us, the good time. And yes, there is a good distraction, but not too much.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yes.
yeah. No, it's absolutely stunning. I also learned about your amphora
Yeah.
structure here. And when I heard the word for the first time, I said, Cacio pesto. It's
Yes.
obviously not a pasta dish. It's sorry to say. I mean, pasta pesto is one of my favorite dishes of all times. But what is it?
It's a material similar to concrete, but it's great for microoxygenation. There is more microoxygenation respect the concrete. So we use only for the aging, not for the fermentation. And it's very good because you keep a good fruit on inside that amphora. So for a wine that is going out after 2 years, for us it's so important to have also a good fruit and not too much oak.
Okay. So what does actually that Ocio pesto, the vessel, do to the wine? Is it a bit of a natural fining or even cleaning process, or it obviously doesn't impart much extra flavor like oak would do, and you don't want that.
It's very good because there is this microoxygenation, so there is a transpiration of oxygen, and
Okay.
give a lot to the wine. This fruit that in oak is a little bit closer.
Interesting.
And
Interesting. Yeah.
in the last year we arrived at 50% of cacio pesto and 50% of oak, and we find that is the good balance between them. And stay 1 year there, then yes, some of in concrete, and then in bottle.
I mean, it's really, I mean, you say it in your slogan, you want to work searching for elegance. I mean, this La Quinta is very, very elegant. You open the
Thank
bottle,
you.
it's just when the aroma, it's such a clear wine. The aromas on the nose, I mean, it's almost, I don't want to even drink it, I just want to smell it. You know? So it's really, yeah, congratulations. You're doing a great job. By the way, also just noticed on the back label, it actually doesn't state Giotto by Carlo Ferrini. It states clearly Bianca Ferrini.
Yes. Now, yeah, in the last year from 14 is Bianca Ferrini.
Here we
And
go.
and also from next year on in the second project that we didn't talk yet, but on Etna also change
Yes.
also the owners and will become Bianca.
Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations. That sounds exciting. So Mount Etna, here is a keyword. Now, did you fall in love with Sicily or your dad, or you're both together and started this project?
Yes, my father works in Sicily from 30 years, so with many important realities,
Okay.
and fall in love in general with Sicily. Then he started also to work on Mount Etna and fall in love completely with with it. And in year after year, we both very small plots, and we reach now 8 plots. But we in total we have a 2.5 hectare,
Okay.
and we are on the north side, very high. We are 1,000 meters, between
Yeah.
800 and 1,000, and we are close to Passo Fisciaro. Yes, and the project
Okay.
start,
Yeah.
yeah, in 16 with the red Nerello Mascalese, and then we find also the white grape with the red one because before they plant everything together, the farmer. So we find this Caricante grape, and we start the project also of the white. Very small production. We have very old vines. It's amazing over there. They have between 50 and 80 years old, and so each one produce a very little few bunch of grape, and it's so amazing over there because you can find in each parcel these very old vines. Then you find also olive trees, fruit trees, and these small house made by volcanic rocks. So it's amazing.
In Tuscany, you actually also produce olive oil. Do you do
Yeah.
that in Sicily as well?
Yes, but for ourselves only in Sicily, because we have a few olive trees, so it's impossible. Yes,
Okay,
but
okay, yeah. um, I mean, your fascination, or your dad's, and your passion also for Nerello Mascalese.
yeah.
Does that stem from the fact that Nerello Mascalese is actually a cross of Sangiovese and Mantonica?
Yeah, it
That
can be. Yeah,
relationship?
can have a relation. Yes, because it's also very challenging to manage because it has a very hard tannins too. So you have to manage it and find a good balance.
Yeah. So you started that project in
In 16.
2016. Yeah. And I mean, the elevation is pretty high. And the wine is actually simply called Albarelli di Giudo Nerello di Mascalese. So it's
Yeah.
not called Etna Rosso. So is it actually outside the limits?
Yes, right. Because
Okay.
here in this case, we can write it if we decide to do 2 wines. But our philosophy is to do one label for each type of wine. So in Montalcino for Brunello, we can do Brunello vintage, Brunello selection, Brunello reserve. But in our Brunello, we have all these three type because we have a very tiny production. The same on Etna, we can do an Etna DOC and the IGT Terre Siciliane. I explain because we have a part of we are in 4 different contrada. On Etna, we have the contrada that are
Yes.
very little area, and we are inside with 3 of them, but with Rampante, where we are principally, Rampante is divided by this line that is the energy that reach 800. So
Yeah.
we have part of our production is above this 800 meters, this border. So we reach 1,000, and for this reason we write AGT Tele Siciliane and not Etna DC.
Yeah. I mean, Etna is really, I mean, to me, it was an eye-opener traveling to Sicily at Mount Etna last year. And it's when you obviously become an Italian wine ambassador and to prepare yourself, you learn all the theory about Italy. And the first time I said, I mean, Etna, honestly, I mean, it's the whole vineyard area is obviously only 80 kilometers from the south over the east to the north or vice versa. And I said, in those 80 kilometers, they have 120 contradas.
Yes.
That sounded to me absolutely, I said, oh, Jesus. But when you then travel there and you see it with your own eyes, it's yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And it's so amazing how every few meters, virtually, even the botanics completely change. I mean, you can have barren land, there is nothing but just a bit of soil and sand and stones, no bushes, no trees, no nothing. And then you have in Milo, obviously, those really plush green vineyards. And then you have these really almost antique looking northern vineyards where you see all these albarellos, those low bush-trained Nerello Mascalese grown, almost wild in the middle of a lava field.
Yes, it's so amazing over there. Yes, the first time that you are visiting Etna, you remain like I don't know, an amazing environment because you see these very old vines that are like sculpture, and then you see this lava, black lava. You work on it, and it's so amazing. And then you see also the sea from there, so it's you stay without words. No
Yeah.
words.
Are you actually currently affected by Etna's mood of spying? Do you have lots
Not
of...
on that side. On the north side, doesn't arrive.
Okay.
Arrive more on the south side, on the side of Catania. Yes.
The gods of the winds are with you and
Yeah.
blowing it all to the south. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a few pictures also from the Milo area. They're really covered in ash. It's
Yes.
okay. Well, good for you. Oh, yeah, because I thought
It's
when you
also
that
very beautiful to see the eruption from Etna when in the night you see this red lava. It's so beautiful.
yeah. It's, I mean, we were there in end of October, November last year,
Yeah.
and we virtually just left the island, and 2 days later, it started. Had a little outbreak
Yeah.
again, so so we missed it. But but it's really
Next
good.
time.
Yeah. So and then I mean we have you virtually work with only exclamation mark 3 grape varieties. So that's Sangiovese and Nerello, and then Caricante.
Yeah. Caricante is the last project, is from 2020. So we are the third vintage now, and it's very tiny production. We produce 4,000 bottles only, and we work only with still stay on the lease 6 months and 1 year in the bottle. So you feel a lot the terroir also on Caricante grape, so on Etna. And for us, it's the very important goal to feel the terroir in both the area, both on Monte Etna and in Montalcino.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And both, and we work only with the indigenous grape, yes, because
Yes.
yes, the Caricante and the Nella Mascalese are both local grapes that you can find only on Etna, not also in other part of Sicily. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
I mean, the winemaking techniques, obviously, the whole winemaking tools and processes for Nerello and Caricante will be different. Are there two really different grape varieties to tend to in the vineyard?
Yes, different, yes, but you work the same way in the land because they are together. So you work only by hand. Don't use a tractor on Etna because it's it's like a wild bush. So.
Yeah.
You work only by hand and you have to work a lot. It's very hard, but it's so beautiful there. And also, it's very important to keep and protect these very old Prephyloxera vines. So it's an heritage that you have to protect. It's a history of the viticulture.
Yeah. So did those wines survive from or weren't affected by phylloxera because of the elevation of virtually the lava, the soil?
It's a mix between all of them. We choose these vines because we choose that area because these vines are so important for us as for all the Etna history. It's also for this reason that we didn't see. We didn't think if it's Etna DOC or not because it's so beautiful that vineyard that we say that we have to protect them. We want to be part of this history.
Yeah. Do you propagate your vines? I mean, they're all obviously old, but if one of them maybe passes
Yeah,
away. So,
yes, but it's not so simple. So we try, but yes, we had to manage them and work with them. But then yes, then it's not so simple. So it's more important also to have some protection of them, but not to create a new propaganda from them. You work with them.
yeah. In general, so whether we're talking about Montalcino and
Yeah.
making Sangiovese wine or Nerello and Caricante, how do you actually? I mean, there's lots of innovative winemaking coming along, and the Coccio Pesto, for instance, is one of the
Yeah.
winemaking tools you got. How do you manage to actually balance that innovation with obviously very traditional winemaking practices?
Yes. The challenge now is the climate weather is changing. So in the last year, the hot increase, the hot temperature, and the rain. There is a rainy season, but it's very short time. You have this lot of millimeters of rain, very short times. So the innovation we start also from the vineyard because we work the land not so deep, so it's better for the to reach the rains
Yep.
and then you keep this leaf to protect and cover the grape during the heat and the summer. Increase also the altitude of the vines from the soil to protect them from the heat. So it's not an innovation, but for us, yes, it's changing a little bit of the growing system in the vineyard, because we have to adapt to this changing. And also in the cellar, yes, we use new material, but yes, we try to keep very simple also with this new material, because we like also to enjoy, and so we like to try different material and see what can be. But yes, in the cellar it's very simple. Now we move also the wine globe, that is this glass container or tank,
Okay.
very small. So yes, we for this harvest we try also this, but yes, this is simple in the cellar. The important is to manage the vineyard now with this climate change. And we think that in the very good area that are dedicated for winemaking is hard, but I think also that the vines adapt to this climate change. But we help them to adapt to this climate change. And we work in the best way possible. So we are organic, and we increasing also sustainability. So one goal is to build also the cellar, and now we are organic in the cellar. We are sustainable because the cellar is half underground, so it's inside the environment. And we also built. We grow a big garden, so we have a lot of bees, and we
Okay.
like biodiversity. So in the future, I see this. I see sustainability. That is the main goal that we reach year after year.
So the biodiversity is what you're really supporting and trying to extend. Lots of work. Lots of
Yes,
work. Yes.
lot of
Yes.
work, and then
You'll be
we
busy.
want, yes, a lot, and I love to stay part of the years in the vineyard and support the guys and work also with them.
Yeah.
So because we are very small states, and then we divide by Montalcino and Etna. And then I love also to travel and explain all over the world what we are and what we are doing inside. And I hope that then one day they will come to see our reality. Also you, Markus.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of traveling, so you came last year for the first time to Australia, and
Yeah.
I mean, with the number of production, the number of bottles you produce, and Australia, yes, sorry to say, but the Australians, we love our booze, we love our wines, and not just our wines, so it's especially Italian wines coming into Australia. What made it so interesting for you to come to Australia and bring your wines to our continent rather than, let's say, to other markets in Europe?
For me, every time that I travel in a new place is amazing. I'm so happy because I can explain to in a world that is very different from our world what we are doing, and what we are searching to express in the wines. And when you tell me that you find also the elegance, for me is the maximum achievement that we can reach, because it's we work a lot and very hard to and when some people say that love the wine, so that they feel the expression of the terroir. For us, it's the
And
best way possible.
we do, yeah. Are you, I mean, as much as we love you to come every 2 weeks to Australia to promote your wines, are you represented in Australia? Do you have an ambassador? for judo in Australia?
We work, yes, in Australia.
Yeah.
It's one of our markets, and we work with Langton now. And yes, we have also a guy that represents us, that is Jesper. And
Jesper
Jesper,
Kiersgaard.
yes.
Yes, yeah. Oh, that's great. Got the right person to promote judo in Australia. What are your future plans? I read somewhere that maybe your dad, you are kind of also interested in verdicchio.
My father, yes, loved that area, but
Here
I
we
think
go.
no, I think that we finish at the area.
Okay.
We focus on that area that we have.
Okay.
In the future, yes, we want to increase the quality, yes, because we want every year to increase the quality. The quantity is over. We have reached the maximum, and we work. We want to, yes, to increase every year, and also to work in the vineyard, year after year better. We want to increase our team with young guys that have a lot of passion, because for us it's
Okay.
so important. We continue to do the maximum possible for Jordan.
Wonderful. That sounds really exciting. We're coming slowly to the end of our podcast. It's amazing how quickly 50 minutes can already pass by. So, one almost final question from me to you. Your father and you have a very close relationship, and you're really working together. So it's not that your dad would hand over something to you. You share the passion, you share that mission, and every challenge you do. But if you would, I don't know whether you know, but I'm here in Australia. I'm an advocate and huge supporter of the Australian women in wine, and that's obviously in Italy. They have also a similar organization called
Yes,
the Donna del Vino. Are you a member there or
not yet.
not? But it's where we here in Australia we just notice when you go to wine universities and schools, the sexes are pretty pari, 50-50, and as soon as you enter the workforce, the whole thing changes. So for female winemakers, younger winemakers, that maybe now 20, 25, that really have ambitions to enter the wine industry, what advice would you give them to find their spot in the wine industry?
Beautiful question. uh,
Yeah, no.
it's you had to study, because first I think you had to study a lot, but you have I think like me, to do some experience abroad, understand very well what you want to do, because yes, you have to. At the beginning, I think it's not easy to work together with a lot of men, but now I think it's quite normal to find a lot of women inside the vineyard, also in the cellar. And it's also beautiful, because there are something that is better maybe to do the men's, and something better than women, like also the hand when you are pruning. They said that I prune better than some men, because you have more, you feel better, and are more on the details, maybe on this, and the man is better on other things. So you have to do study, do experience, and then enjoy, because it's the main thing is to enjoy in all your works. Keep going on, because it's a beautiful world, I think, and And also for women, you have a lot of challenge and achievement that you reach, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're really a role model for so many young people out there. And I'm referring not just to women, also for the men, the way you're really managing that, your winery in cooperation with your dad. It's just absolutely beautiful. The final question is, you got very interesting wine labels in different colors. What do they stand for?
We have to thank also the man behind, that is Aldo Sagat, that is a close friend of my father. He's from Milan. Representing the man is our grape variety. So in Montalcino we have the man that is Sangiovese, and the cycle is the enologistic word. So for La Quinta, the man is inside this cycle, and so represent that Sangiovese part of the GT Toscana system. So it's one of these grapes that can be together with Merlot, Cabernet. So he's one inside this grape world. For Brunello, the man hold the cycle that for us, the Sangiovese hold the enologistic word of Montalcino, because Montalcino is represented by Sangiovese. And on Etna, we have the view of Etna from the top with the free fire mouth. And we have also the little man on the north side where we are. And it's Nerello Mascalese for the red and Caricante for the white.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Bianca, we're virtually at the end of our session, and thank you so much. Grazie mille for
thank you
for your time, for this really great chat we did have. And before I'm now tending to the first glass of wine tonight, the real glass of wine, just before midnight our time. Now, thank you so much, and I hope to come back to Italy next year. And if in the meantime you're coming here to Sydney, please, you know who to call.
Yes. Thank you so much, Markus.
No, thank you. Yeah. And then I would like to hand back over to Laika.
Hey, hi everyone. Thank you so much as well. It's a wonderful, wonderful conversation. I really like the fact that you cover different subjects to actually explore the winery and the family of Bianca Ferrini. So this is so beautiful. And yeah, it's really a perfect time right now to drink the Giotto wines. So that's it for today, and ciao.
Grazie, ciao a tutti.
Ciao.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, cin cin.